Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Confessions of a Gaming Mum, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Currently with Layla, who is...
Please enjoy your stay. Remember, all the garbage must be packed out, and please water the plants once a day.
Yeah, I won't remember that.
She's obviously who is...
You gonna put this in the fridge,
Eivor.
Sean?
Of course. In half a minute.
Remember, tomatoes go on the counter, not the fridge.
It's a British, like, American thing.
I went through hell to bring you here. It had better be worth it.
Where even are you?
Let's have a look.
Oh, Staff of Eden. What's that? Staff of Hermes, Trismegistus. Acquired from the Eagle Bearer Cassandra. Ah. Staff, one of many issues staffs known to us. It's first and foremost a medical device with the ability to heal, repair, restore, and rejuvenate organic tissues with unprecedented swiftness. It has been known to extend the life of its bearers well beyond the average human and ISU lifespans, and is presumed to have the ability to resuscitate living creatures in critical or suspended states. It has not been verified if the staff has the ability to resurrect the dead, but this seems unlikely based on its own known features. It appears to work by reading and copying its bearer's DNA to ensure perfect replication on a broad scale. It is able to detect erroneous copies and deploy repairs so long as its bearer remains within direct contact. It has been used as a weapon infrequently, possibly by taking advantage of the tremendous power it draws from the ISU's wireless energy lattice. The staff has also acted as a conduit or container for the personality of an ISU called Alethea. It is not known if this personality is Alethea's original consciousness or a simulation of the original, though most neuroscientists would call this a distinction without a difference. As of early 2019, the entity known as Alethea has made no further attempts to contact me. As yet, my purpose as the so-called heir of memories, as Alethea has dubbed me, remains unclear. Known bearers. Okay, the messengers. Rebecca, before we meet at the site, I want you to see these. Last week I reviewed the logs from my time with Bayek and came across some old notes. In the years I explored Cleopatra's Egypt, I stumbled across 6 Isu temples, most of which were buried beneath the pharaonic tomb sites. Each temple contained an Isu message, clearly meant for one with the ability to read genetic memories. I was the lucky one. I don't believe they were intended for Bayek himself, as he seemed wholly unaware of the messages as they played. They may have been encoded in a way that only someone with an animus could see them. It's been a few years since I last heard these messages, so my memory is foggy, but the notes I scribbled down have a clarity that I trust. Might be something to all this, I don't know. Often I grasp outside of my area of expertise. I'm enthusiastic but often wrong. Let me know if something else strikes you, Layla. Message 1, excerpt. Layers upon layers of reality, each blowing into the next, which is real and which is not. What if none are real? What if everything you know is false? We ran thousands of simulations, searching for the right version, searching for Desmond. Each one of them felt real. But there's no way of truly knowing, is there? Not for sure. Anything can be simulated, and finding the answer could mean erasure. Teasing the assassin maxim, nothing is true. Must be careful not to confuse truths with facts. However, a language game you will always lose. Though we may stumble in our attempts to interpret it, the world, the universe, reality, what have you, it is always out there. I believe that, simulated or no. We could imagine a dozen nested simulations, and each one on the level of itself would constitute a full reality. Wolfram via Conway suggests the universe is a giant cellular automata. And further, there is a point where the difference between simulated and real is meaningless. If the universe were a simulation, what would it matter? The simulation, qua stimulation itself, would be real, and therefore everything within it would be real within the confines of the simulation. Say a scientist were able to simulate pain by inducing only a few neurons to fire, no physical harm. I am in pain, the subject says. No, you believe you are, says the scientist. This is meaningless, as is this. You thought you were in pain, but you were mistaken. Message 2 excerpt. No surprise, you were designed to have boundaries after all. and one cannot speak of that which one cannot conceive, the code, equations that define life. They are nestled deep within every star and every mote of dust. Every second that passes is a world, a symbol, all part of an intricate yet simple language existing within the framework of time itself. It is the one rule which applies to us all, immutable, inescapable. We know this. Humans were the instruments of an earlier species, the Isu. Resist the temptation to say superior, different. They were better suited to some tasks, ill-suited to others, possessed of a mind that we cannot know. But that does not get us anywhere. What is it like to be an Isu? What is it like to be a bat? The implication that the Isu could read time is interesting, but if humans could read time, would it necessarily be in the same manner and for the same purpose? Whether constructed or evolved, or a little bit of both as we are, we cannot be said to have been built to achieve the same ends. A round disc on its edge is a wheel, on its side a plate. How we use something can often determine its value and its perceived purpose. Mailbox. Thanks for clearing that up. I don't have COVID, no, and I'm well isolated. It's just 3 of us travelling together, staying out of sight. How funny. Files. English locales of note. Layla, as you traipse about England, Bex and I thought you might want to keep your eyes open for a few things. Assassin Boreas, or the Hidden Ones more accurately. They operated in Roman Britain around the years 100 and 430 CE. It's not clear why they left, but the final date corresponds roughly to the Roman exodus from Britain, so I imagine their leaving had something to do with the Empire's retreat. Mission accomplished or a loss of faith. Not sure. But we do know that it was several hundred years before the Hidden Ones returned to the island. It may be Basim and Hytham are the first in half a century. From our own archives, I believe there were 6 main bureaus operating in the Roman period. Leicestershire, London, Winchester, Gloucestershire, Essex and York. Why has Essex got an E on the end? And why is Winchester spelled like that? These won't be the Saxon names, so you'll have to read between the lines. Oh, okay. Animus anomalies. Bex noticed these about 10 embedded in the simulation. They're dense clusters of data that may screw with your ability to navigate Avor's memories. Approach with caution. We don't know what they'll do if you get too close. They may be harmless. They may induce I don't know that word. Occipital shock or wipe your mind. Hard to say. Best to err on the side of hell no. But if you're curious, well, I warned you. Pieces of Eden. We don't know any of Isu artifacts you should be looking for specifically, but they're out there, and this was a period where they often cropped up in legend. Norse and Saxon songs and tales speak of them often, so keep your eyes peeled. Especially around Stonehenge. How could that not be an Isu site? See, I know the name for York was Jorvik. Don't know if that was just like the Viking name for it or if that was a Saxon name for it. Essex, I can't remember. I thought it was just like East Saxon. We'll find out. Annual session report. Preface. The transformation of the Order of the Ancients into the Templars as we know them today has always been a subject of considerable debate among our ranks. We have operated with the assumption that the Templars themselves hold some or complete knowledge of this evolution, but at present no concrete historical evidence has ever been made into our hands. What little data we do have is mostly a matter of public record, with some exceptions. It is commonly understood that the origin of the Knights Templar dates back to 1119 CE, and this indeed was the appearance of the public face of the Templars. However, our records attest to the existence of Templar agents at least 2 centuries before this date. In one badly damaged document, an assassin contract from Normandy in the mid-11th century, the author makes free use of the term Templar. An earlier letter, this time from a hidden one in the region of modern-day Dorset, circa 978 CE, makes mention of a Templar spy within the ranks of the Brotherhood. From this we can safely assume that the Templar Order, as an entity distinct from the Order of the Ancients, existed at some point in the mid-10th century. With an aim to expand our understanding of this dark age, one of our agents recently volunteered to delve into his genetic memories to search for further clues to this age-old mystery. Unfortunately, what he discovered was of little use for our purposes. Sean Hastings began the first of his 7 sessions on October 5th, 2014. Over the course of the next 3 weeks, he followed various matrilineal and patrilineal lines into the past, focusing on the 9th, 10th and 11th centuries, in search of assassins and or Templars in his bloodline. He found none. Of minor interest, however, was the following personage, here noted for the peculiarity of his biography. Alekra Thorvaldsen, on an early 9th century Ute, who sailed north from modern-day Denmark with a modern plank bearing a carving of a map that purported to mark the location of Thor's hammer. Alrekka made it as far as Stavanger before running afoul of a powerful clan there. Alrekka was defeated in battle and enthralled as a slave. He escaped his captivity some 10 years later and returned to Jutland to marry and settle down. The location of Alrekka's map is unknown, and the existence of Thor's hammer, precursor relic, no doubt remains unconfirmed. Alrekka's ancestors would later sail to England following the Normans' conquest of the island, settling in what is now called Loughborough in modern-day Leicestershire. The irony that a man named Hastings would contain no useful genetic memory data regarding the Norman invasion of England in 1066 was not lost on our dear subject. Still, he retained his usual chipper wit and asked if he might next relive the genetic memories of his grandfather to, quote, give a Nazi a proper bollocking. Oh, that's funny. Strange message.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Strange message broadcast from an unknown source north of the Arctic Circle. The message was broadcast for 9 days and ceased. Spectrum analysis of the message revealed coordinates to a Norse gravesite in New England, USA.
Layla, thought you might be interested in this. Conversations that Bex and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just, candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences, so, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total prat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway, so turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If
It's
nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed.
So they've got a different actor in, that's why they say he's got cold.
Right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right, right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, my dad has mellowed over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations over time. The stagnation sets in, you know? The fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving whatever goal you set out for yourself. And people start to lose sight of the reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is, well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex and Lucy, that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud. I don't normally like touching, but I'll make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can you just turn that off?
Stuff. Pictures. But pretty. Right, okay. What you got in the trash? My name is Layla Hassan. I was a friend and colleague of Victoria's both at Abstergo and in our subsequent freelance careers. In all the time I knew and worked with your daughter, I was always struck by her limitless intelligence, her humour and her ability to focus, even in times of great stress. She was an inspiration not just to me but to all those who worked with her. I'm writing to you now with the hope of shedding some light on the circumstances of her death. I realise it must be strange to receive a letter out of the blue from someone whose name you have probably never heard, offering to explain the tragic loss of one so dear, but if you'll allow me, I will try. I was with your daughter in the moments leading up to the unfortunate incident that took her life. In fact, I am partly to blame. Okay. I didn't look at this one. You have a gift and a curse, the gift of old blood, the curse of not understanding it. We can help if you help us. What you did is not your fault, but you must take responsibility for it, otherwise nothing gets done. One of us will contact you. If you miss us, you miss your chance. Who the fuck is this? Would your favourite baseball team happen to be the Atlantis Eagles? Okay.
That's quite nice. Soothing.
What else?
Sean, don't forget to water the plants while I'm under, okay?
I'll add it to the calendar and tattoo it on my leg.
I want to read that.
Sean has been busy.
An audio fragment sent from an unknown location to our encrypted servers. Nothing was stolen, nothing corrupted, just a quick deposit and gone. We got lucky this time. So, what is it? A cryptic sound file, voice unknown with a signal beneath it. The signal was a code. Led us to a precise spot here in New England. We dug and good lord we struck gold. Well, silver, dominant currency in the Dark Ages. Point is, it was a grave site. A Norse warrior dating to the late 9th century, early 10th century AD, a few centuries before the earliest known settlements. This is big news if we have it right. Questions remain. How did these bones get here and why?
Hello, Layla.
That?
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
There shouldn't be. It's only blocking outside signals, a passive effect. So the staff doesn't, you know, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year, I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just a few more weeks, yeah? Just until we figure this out.
You're right. I know you're right.
That's why I need to play Origins and
You mind if I
Odyssey.
put some music on?
Go for it.
Cool.
I'm just gonna stand there tapping your feet. Okay. There we go. And speak to you, and then we'll go back in.
Feeling okay?
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The two data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like two minds, fighting over one brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
Okay.
Be nice to sleep in a real bed when this is over.
And I think that's it. Yeah, come on then. Let's get back into it and go to England.
All right, time to go. Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead. Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
We have the transcript. If you're looking for something, I can go
No,
and...
I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... That message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing this planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Is that Hassim?
Unsettling, that is.
Or is it Basim?
That
Where
pulse
is
in the
it?
message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
go. Blah, blah, blah. But let's wait for the inside. If you cannot find a way in a well-placed arrow shot from just that angle, maybe your key to success. That's good to know. Come on. Yeah.
There she is. England, our new home.
Not a patch on Norway, but we'll make this land our own soon enough.
I'm glad to see any land at all. I will be happy to have my feet on solid ground again.
We must not rush our landing. All you see here is Saxon territory. The Kingdom of Mercia, largely unpacified. There will be eyes watching us from the trees, with bows drawn and traps set. We must be wary. Randi, dig in your oars! All standing!
Have you spotted something?
Not yet. Well, let us go ahead to clear the path of any dangers. Then follow our lead when the sun brushes the horizon.
Understood! May Thor bless you all on your way! We will see you soon!
Sail on!
Yes! I'm ready for whatever these green-thumbed fairy folk have to throw at us.
Fairy folk.
Sigurd, do the sons of Ragnar know that we're coming?
They do not, but they will not scoff at our visit. Of the 4 kingdoms in England, the sons of Ragnar have settled only one. The rest is ripe for the taking.
Do we mean to join their army?
No, no. We will speak with them, get the lay of the land, and carve this country into as many pieces as we see fit.
Look ahead there! Is that what passes for a town? Plain brick in a single rune to their timid god?
That rune is called a root, Dag. The cross upon which their god was sacrificed. It sits atop a monastery, a place of worship.
That cross killed their Christ, and now they display it in worship? Bizarre.
We carve idols of our gods and make wishes before them. Like our sacrifices to Odin the One-Eyed.
But we do not worship the wolf that kills him. That is the difference.
Whatever strangeness we see in these Saxons, they must think the same of us.
The hammer! Now there is a symbol worthy of a god. A bolt of lightning would take that cross clean off.
It's so pretty.
Look there! What are they doing?
Ritual drowning.
Baptism, Dag. Are the ways of Christians really so unfamiliar to you?
Not at all. I simply forgot. And someone has to keep the conversation up. It must be
While we're
priests
loading.
and worshippers alone in that place. We could storm this port with ease. Sack it without breaking a sweat.
Is there much in the way of treasure there?
Always! They shape precious metals and cut jewels to their gods. There will be a fortune there.
Later, Dag. There will be time enough for raiding, once we have settled.
Where are we going?
Come to, stop the boats. Pull up over there. The way forward is blocked by a chain spanning the river. We must remove it before pressing on.
A chain? Can we cut through it?
It's too thick for access. But there must be a way to release it, somewhere in that camp.
I will go.
And I will be right behind you.
No, Dag. You stay here. Should trouble come our way, I want you defending the ship.
A good idea. Send out the arrow and keep your sharpest axe at hand, huh?
Something like that.
What's the matter here?
What am I doing? Release the naval chain. Ah, there, okay.
Best not to draw attention here.
Ah, shit. Oh well. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
This chain is huge and poorly anchored, it appears. I might be able to shoot it. The path is clear.
We should be close, barring any more surprises.
What happened there?
Fine work. I say we go back, Sigurd. Give those dogs a good knock around and take whatever treasures they have. Easy pickings.
Not today, Dad. We press on until we reach our goal. We cannot afford another surprise. Now be on your guard. It should not be far.
Gods, I'm ravenous. I hope they have food and ale on hand when we arrive. You should have sent word ahead of us, Sigurd, to get something on the spit.
If Halfdan, Ubba and Ivar Ragnarsson are lacking food in England, then all of us will starve. Have no worry.
Ah, I can see it now. A suckling pig, tender and juicy. And the ale as gold as the treasures that we failed to steal back there.
A man of simple pleasures, aren't you, Dag?
Happier for it. For my part, I look forward to standing in the footsteps of the giants that built this land.
What giants?
The great Romans and their empire. Giants of a forgotten age. They held dominion here long ago, and their ruins dot the landscape. Every brick and stone tells a story of conquest and glory. And now, they are rubble and ash.
Ready to be remade. We will rebuild their empire, brick by brick. And ours will not crumble to dust.
No. All things end, dog. The ruins are not a warning. They're a testament. Look there, just ahead. Where the sons of Ragnar make their camp.
At last, to find our feet on steady ground.
Sigurd, hold back. Something isn't right.
Good eye. There's too little movement for an army. Only tents and a few men.
Not the army we hope to find?
No. Let us get a closer look.
I'm not doing anything.
Those are not Norsemen. They're too ragged and soiled.
We should proceed on foot, lest they spot the boats.
Dag and I will go together.
We all go. If they are friends, I wish to meet them as a Jarl. And if they are foes, then we fight them all, together. Who are these men?
They speak with twisted accents. English, no doubt.
Dag, Eivor! On me!
What are we doing? There we go. Are they going to speak Old English? Come on. There we go.
Oi, what's this? A mess of filthy Danes befouling our riverways?
Ew.
You there? Give us your name.
What you doing?
I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg. And you are...
Men who do not take kindly to Dane invaders creeping into our camp. You'd best move along, pagan. Spare yourselves a slaughter.
You threaten Norsemen with a play of swords and expect us to cower?
I have been 8 days at sea without a drop of blood to wet my axe. So spare the chatter, buckrouts, and draw your weapon.
Oi! Have it!
Let's finish them!
Kill these heathen bastards!
You have what you wish for.
I feel quite, you know, like that I'm not wanting to do this right now. It's like I'm fighting my own people. Ow! Where else? Where else? Where else?
Try the offside lead.
That's a mistake coming here.
Whoa, okay.
Blood for Odin.
There we go. Where is he? Over there. Oh, up there.
Maggots! Get back here! Time to go!
Have a look around, all of you. I want no more surprises.
Right. I will check the longhouse.
We just might still be hiding in the remains of the longhouse. Actions are full.
Nothing to see here. All good.
All good. What? Just push him out of the way. Get out of my way. It's my job. There. I was like, where's the longhouse? And I realised it's over there. I'm just checking everything. Nothing. It's just so brutal. It doesn't look in good condition, does it really? Hello?
Eivor,
Hi?
look at this.
A noise trap. Might be something inside. I will have a look.
How do I get in? Rather than just going through the noise trap. Ooh, pretty. Hello, doggy. That's so cool. Right. So I just got a flashback of being back in Athens.
Wait, who are you? Are you with those brigands as well?
Sigurd, Dag, in here. Those men had prisoners.
Where? What? If I can get through the roof. Come on. No. No. having it. Fine. Okay, we'll go around here then. Nope, not having it. Fine. For God's sake. Go. Go. I wasn't going to have a look around.
You there! Untie us! Let us walk and we will not hurt you!
Quite bold in those bindings. I like your spirit.
We are very agreeable people, I promise. You need not kill us.
Peace, friend. We have no need or wish to hurt you. What are your names?
Yenli. I'm a merchant, not a bandit like those others. And this is Rowan.
Rowan, that's right. I'm a stable hand, that's all. I keep horses and, well, I did, till those brigands sold them off.
They meant to sell us next, as slaves to the nearest bidder. But I ripped their eyes out before I let that happen.
And how did you find yourselves here?
We came to trade with the Sons of Ragnar, at Halfdan Jarl's asking. But they were gone when we arrived.
Unbind them. You know the Sons of Ragnar?
Aye. Sold many a mare and stallion to the brothers. Good men. Always paid me fair.
From the look of this camp, they've been gone for some time. Where will you go now? What will you do?
Rebuild my stocks, start anew. I have friends and allies across the land to aid me, but it won't be easy.
Every town and village needs a stable to keep horses fit and trim. I'll find my footing again. Somewhere.
What are you thinking?
We could use their skills as we get settled. Having access to trade and someone to tend our mounts would be a boon.
My thoughts as well. Any friend of the Ragnarsons is a friend of mine. Right, Dag?
Whatever you think is best, Sigurd.
Janli, Rowan, I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg, son of Styrbjörn. This is Eivor and Dag. Both of you are free to go, but more than welcome to stay if you're willing to pull your weight.
We'd be happy to, if only to get back on our feet.
Then let it be done. The Raven Clan welcomes you.
A bit shifty.
From strangers, into friends, into family.
Uh-oh.
The others have arrived. Come.
Okay.
I have a good feeling about this place.
Honored family, friends, welcome to your new home.
Just a bit of dusting and get rid of the cobwebs, it'll be fine. Maybe a lick of paint. Hey. What next? Yeah, see, it didn't take that much.
Fine work.
Great.
A longhouse to rival any I've seen. Now come. Randvi has found something I would like you to see.
Eivor, Sigurd, I give you England and its 4 kingdoms. Mercia, East Anglia, Northumbria, and Wessex. From the few plans and maps I discovered here, I believe the Sons of Ragnar have pushed further into Mercia, here. My scouts will soon tell me if I am correct.
And where are we?
Here, in this unnamed copse of trees.
Unnamed? We cannot let that stand. What will we call this place?
I might have an idea. Ravensthorpe, the village of ravens.
I like it. The poet in you sings once again. One day this name will be known throughout all of England.
A name is only a beginning. If we want renown, we must build, expand.
Agreed. We should begin with a forge. Can you help Gunnar get working again?
We'll need cargo, supplies.
For that our neighbors will provide, whether they wish to or not.
Scarcely arrived, and now we must raid.
We cannot master this land merely by asking.
I'll go and speak with Gunnar now.
Okay, right, so on that note...
Good work, my dear. And what else have you found?
Short notes, mostly. Scraps of plans, old letters, a few runestone messages.
I know that's how,
it took some time to decipher the
get
mess
into
and
the
piece
map.
it all back together.
Isn't that what Joey did in Friends when he got a atlas of, or the map of London? He stepped onto it. But yeah, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, then please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on social media. All the links will be down below. And on that note, I'll say love you guys, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye.